Hey, what's up? This is Coach Stokes, Stokes House Boxing Academy. You got to stay ready so you ain't worry about getting ready.
Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? This is Coach Stokes, the Champions Creed podcast. I have a very special guest. I've been knowing this brother, since 2010, 2011. And we met each other on social media and we just started talking. And then you know how like you talk with someone and then after a while you say, we're gonna meet each other. Well, I actually met this brother. I actually met him because he's from New York, just like myself. He's from the city. I'm from upstate. And my wife and I flew to New York and we met this brother, and he does so many spectacular things within his community. He's a pillar within the community. He's an entrepreneur. He's a celebrity barber, for some of the most upstanding people that you can imagine within entertainment. He's a boxer. He's a boxer of voices for people who have voices who are unheard of. He has one of the greatest nonprofit organizations that we will be talking about. I'm talking to my brother, no other, Rob Garris from Money Earning Mount Vernon. How you doing, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Man, what you got behind? Well, what's behind you first and foremost? Let's start with
collection, man. All right, we're gonna go by amateur days, man. You know what I'm saying? My amateur days, and then I came back 27 years later and turned pro. To do it for charity. Helping foster kids, man. So I'm still active right now. Get ready to get back to shit. Get back in there. We're gonna do a little tour around the country.
Okay. So Rob, let my platform know who is Rob Garris and how'd you get started within the realm of boxing?
I'm just somebody that God put in the world, man. I say it like that because I wasn't even supposed to be here. It seemed like my mother had me, left me in the hospital, kept my brother, and I ended up going to foster care. And when I was a foster kid, man, I was fighting, being bullied, going through all type of madness. And I started boxing about 13. I fought till I was like 19. I ripped an artery in my nose and I had to stop boxing. And I started cutting hair. And I think 96, I started training this prophet prophesied that I was going to get back in the ring and help kids. The connection was getting back in the ring, helping kids was to help foster kids like ourselves, helping kids like, who was in the system and finding my family at the same time. And then we did a documentary about my comeback. Then me looking for my family. The documentary you saw. You know what I'm saying, man? I found my family, made my comeback in the ring. It was 2004. And then I was doing a lot of charity fights. They call them illegal fights. We was getting paid. And I turned pro. I was 47. That was 2012. And still here doing what I do. But at the same time, during the years that I wasn't boxing, I was cutting hair and I started doing celebrity boxing. Celebrity cutting hair with celebrities going around the world. Masters, Third Base, Kane, cutting everybody's hair. And I'm still active barber now. My hairstyle is 40. This month makes 44 years cutting hair.
Wow.
Right now I do a mobile barbershop. I got a couple of mobiles on the street. So, that's where I'm at, man.
You from Money Earning Mount Vernon, home of Pete, Rocket CO, Smooth, Heavy D, Brand Nubians. Do you ever talk to them cats?
Every now and then. It's so cool about not too long ago. Everybody's like, they moving around, man. If we talk to be social media or if I hire them to do a show or something, the charity show they'll come out.
Got you. Now you mentioned how you was in the foster system. A lot of cats when they're in the foster system, man, it's tough, it's challenging for them. But I commend you because you turned your entire life around, brother. When I came and saw you, man, like a lot of guys talk about, the things that they're doing. And I'll let you know, social media, this is specifically for the young kids. A lot of people can floss, they can flaunt, they can act like they're doing things, but when they really aren't. This gentleman right here is doing everything that he's saying. How did you focus to make your life better when you was in the foster care system?
It's not sound crazy, but as a kid, going through things and finding out the family that you with ain't really your family, and they treating you like a little different. In the beginning, it was like, I have a problem in the street. It was on some, you ain't really our family. You ain't kin to us, man. We can't get involved. It was like, I used to hear that a lot. And it was like, you see, like, because I ain't had no older brothers, they come after me the quickest. I had older sisters wasn't getting involved. But it's funny that my adopted father, he was a long shot. He had businesses. He was, houses, renting out apartments, and putting money in the streets. He used me as his muscle to go collect the money. So I'm saying, like, man, I'm scared of everything, man. Why me? He ain't had no older sons. I was the oldest, so he had me go collect the money. He said, "You're a boxer. You use what you got to use to get that money." So that gave me my confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Stepping to people, and then I started taking it to another level. People come in the barbershop, have a situation. I either go talk to the person or I go check them. Or if this person got a situation with a beef, either I go straighten it out or I go knock them out. So it was like I was put in that position. And then my mother, on my adopted side, her family was Baltimore. They drug dealers. My mother say, go out there help my nephew. So I'm saying, why are they putting me in this situation? Like my mother said, she saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. Now me coming up, I don't want no competition with nobody. I don't even like violence to this day, but it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? At times, it's necessary.
Right.
I don't like beef. I don't like confrontation. But throughout the years, I put a lot of work in. You know what I'm saying, man? Family, friends, people who are just victims. So I'm not a hitman. I don't like that term. I'm not a, what do you say? I'm more like Denzel in the movie The Equalizer.
Yeah.
I help people. I don't consider myself a person giving back to the community. I don't like that term, giving back. I help everybody. Anybody who needs my help, I will help. I don't look at myself as a pillar in the community. I don't look at myself as a role model. I'm just a man of God that's trying to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Man, just to try to help people in whatever way I can. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't like to be in no category with other
Got
people.
you.
I just do what I do. Because, like I said, their judgment, I don't know if it's going to catch up to me what I've done, or if I just give me a pass like he gave me a pass for 40 years, man, helping people. So, it's funny. I was talking to this bishop. I was cutting his hair. And he said to me, you've been carrying those leather gloves in your pocket for years, man. I know your father. And I was like, okay. And he said, I said, a lot of people needed my assistance. How do you think God sees that? And he said, God has you covered, man. Because if you ain't get knocked all this time and had no bad dreams or looking over your shoulder, because I never lived like that, looking over my shoulder. Only when I was a kid.
Right.
I never felt I did anything wrong. Because I'm going to tell you something funny. It ain't funny, but I'm going to tell you something. When I was a kid, I used to get chased so much and get bullied so much. I used to ask God, take me to heaven, man. I don't want to deal with this. I used to say, I wanted to just go up, like, beam me up, Scotty, like on Star Trek. I thought they was going to heaven. When I saw that on TV, I used to stand in the closet and be like, beam me up, Scotty. You know what I'm saying, man? My brother looking at me like, yo, come on, man. You play high and low sleep by yourself in the closet? I was like, man, I'm trying to go to heaven, man. I didn't know what suicide was. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to deal with the BS. Now, some years go by, I've become 16, I'm boxing, I'm going to church. I said, God, let me be that 13th disciple. Let me be that assassin for you that clean the earth of all evil people. I tell the Sunday school teacher, she go tell my mom said, that's what the fuck he want to be. Shit, let him be the best. So I look at all the years that I've been helping people, in different ways, not all violent, but in different ways. I guess God gave me a pass, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Because one day I was on a trip. I'm going to tell you something funny. Family trip. My brother-in-law, everybody was there. And, when people get drunk, drinking, you smoking a cigar. I said, you talking to the bartender. He said, man, my brother-in-law, man, I'm like, come on, hey, man. I don't contract. I don't do stuff like that. I always felt, and some people might can understand this, maybe a few. Two things come out of growing up being abused or being neglected or being hurt. Either you become an abuser or you become like a, how they say, shell-shocked person. Like you don't want no, you're scared of everything. I don't know what happened with me, but all I know that one thing I knew about my original part of me was we were Indians. My family was on both sides were Indians. You know, Cherokee on one side, Blackfoot on the other side, and West Indian. So I learned everything about him. How to we had to move alone, move quietly, sit in bushes, wait for people. I learned all that as a kid, and as I got older, I used everything I learned about myself and my culture. It was always help people, man. You know, protect people, man. So I started a foundation called the Throwaway Kids that was in the system that was thrown away, left in the system, talking about a system, and helping everybody find their families, which it took me the longest to find my family. It took me, 42 years, man. It took me before I found my family. It wasn't all good, but I helped a lot of people connect with their families, man. But once I found my mother, and that was last year, the first time, 57 years that I met her, and she just closed the door on me like I ain't even exist. And from that day, I dissolved the foundation. It was no more throwaway kids because I don't feel I'm a throwaway kid. Now that I found her. But starting another foundation just called God's Work. Just doing God's work. You know. I'm just trying to do what's expected of me. You know what I'm saying, man? I don't think and move like the average person in the world, you know what I'm saying, man, as far as, trying to get in good graces, trying to do this and think I'm gonna get blessed. I don't think the system, the universe works like that. I believe you do what's in your heart and you be judged with it later. I mean, my intentions every day is to do the right thing and help people. You know, I don't get up every morning and be like, I gotta make money. You know, I work. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm gonna survive. I know how to survive.
Right.
I ain't gonna do no crime to survive. But my intention is always to make a difference in the world. You know what I'm saying? Since I was left in a hospital, my mother didn't want me. I always felt that I had to make a difference in the world. So, you know.
How about I say I feel like you are a voice for the voiceless, for those that can't speak out, those that are not strong enough to come out, because that's what you are, brother. That's what you are, man. You beat the odds.
I'll take what everybody said. You know, you're a good guy, you're a bad guy. I mean, I know what I am. When I look in the mirror, I see a king. I know my purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? How some people say you this, you that. I mean, that's what you want to say. Their judgment, I'll know when I go in front of the Creator what my role was. Did I do the right thing? Am I going to come into the kingdom? You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. But my intentions is always to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
You looked out for me. You looked out for me and my wife. We flew 3,000 miles from California to New York, and you looked out for us. Stand up guy, man. You looked out for us. I mean, you had people that came and got us, drove us around the city. Whatever we needed, we wanted, you took care of us. And you didn't even know us from a canopy.
That's how I was like this. Somebody took me in at 8 months. They didn't know me. They took me in. They didn't know if I was a problem child. They didn't know if I was a drug baby. They took me in and raised when my biological didn't want me. You know? So,
Yeah.
So they took a chance with me. I took a chance with people too. You know what I'm saying? And I go by energy. Your energy. I felt your energy. Even when we talked on the phone, I felt your energy. You know what I'm saying? So, it was real. You know what I'm saying, man? We got a bond. We a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to grow up together. We ain't got to break bread together. We just got a bond. And I got people that's blood, family that I ain't got a bond with. So, everybody, it's a connection. But my life is all about, what I can give the world. You know what I'm saying, man? Because one thing I never did, I ain't never been to jail. I ain't never been on no drugs. I ain't never, I ain't been through a whole lot of things. I mean, I had people try to kill me. I've been through some shit. But other than that, I don't have no complaints, man. I wake up every day. I don't complain about weather, situations, nothing. Man. I don't have no complaint. I just go out in the world with good intentions to make a difference. Surviving, I'm always survive. I got hands. I always can survive. I cut hair. I do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I got businesses. I'm good financially. I ain't trying to be rich. I ain't trying to be famous. All I want to do is make a difference, man. I want to go in the kingdom one day. That's for sure.
No doubt, no doubt. Tell us about the documentary that you have that I watched, but that you came out with. Tell us, can you elaborate on the documentary and let everybody know, and that way
that
they can
that
go out and
that
support?
that documentary, it was just something I just gave the world, just let them know what I've been through to inspire people, man, not to give up. You know what I'm saying? Find out about this stuff. I mean, anybody can go on YouTube. It's called "Never Too Old to Do God's Work." Never too old to do God's work. It's on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The whole full 90 minute. You know, I don't make films for money or whatever. I just make it to enlighten people, inspire people. I got another one coming out. I don't know what the name's gonna be. Maybe it's gonna be, never too old to to do what I'm doing still. You know what I'm saying, man? But you know, everything is basically based around the creator. This film was like, you know what I'm saying, man? I'm not perfect, but my intention is always to do the right thing to make a difference. When I get person in the chair, the conversation is more important than the haircut. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, man? You
Yeah.
know, it's letting them leave, feel a little better, a little bit more um, whatever they going through, you know what I'm saying, man? Because they be telling me stuff, thinking it's the worst thing in the world, and I tell them, like, listen, man, I've been through some stuff, man. I lost a child, my first born to cancer, my mother left me, there's a lot of things, man. Found my father dead, you know what I mean? So when you share things with people, man, you never know who somebody is going through. It's not nothing competing with stories, but you know, things can always be worse. You know what I'm saying? If I can make it,
Right.
I believe somebody else can make it. You know what I'm saying, man? So,
Yeah. I was gonna wear one of my hats, but it would have not been good service because this man is a creator of his own hat line. I was going. It's a very nice hat, but I wasn't gonna do it yet.
Real?
But when next time I come back to New York, I'm definitely gonna wear it. But can't let the ladies and gentlemen know about your hat line and how they can go ahead and cop one of
Well,
those dope hats you got.
hats is, I always been a dresser. When I was a foster kid, you didn't buy me what I wanted to wear. So when I started cutting hair, I was like 16, 17. I always stayed fresh. I mean, I'm a dresser. I dress. People be looking out, I'm a pimp. I dress. I mean, I got like, I do that. Let me just give you a little tour. This is, this is, I do all my hats, man. Every Burley hats, big hats, you know what I'm saying, man? It's a hobby, you know what I'm saying? I don't even look at it as a business, man. I mean, I gotta sell them to keep the supplies up. And then, this is my collection. But,
You guys see that? This man is not playing. Wow.
but the hat thing is it's a hobby, man. I don't look at that as a business, man. You know what I'm saying, man? But if a person want a hat made, any style, any color, you got a picture of a hat, I can design a hat. That's one like cutting hair. I can put it together.
What do you normally
Look at that.
charge? What do you normally charge?
60 to 100,
Okay.
different, whether they straw hats or felt hats, you know what I mean? You know, I can design a hat, change the color, change the ribbon, feathers, just make it look fly, you know what I'm saying, man? I mean, I put some hats together. And I've been
Well,
wearing hats for like over 20 years, man.
I'm gonna order one, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously, I'm gonna order
Huh?
one because the one that I was gonna wear is a Keith James hat.
Well,
Uh,
I got a couple I met him. Matter of fact, I went to Atlanta like, I think 2 years ago. I met him and I was wearing one of the hats that I designed. He was like, "That's a nice hat, man." So he ain't buy one of my hats. I got two of his hats. His hat's expensive.
very,
I
very
got one
expensive.
hat. My daughter brought me a hat, and it was about $500. She brought me a Keith James, and then a friend of mine brought me a hat. It was like $900, man. I mean, I brought hats of my own. The most I spend for my own hat, maybe 300. Most hats I'll buy is like $150, $160. But since I'm doing my own hats, I can get a $20, $30 hat. I can change it into $100 hat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I can change a hat up. People bring me old hats. I change it up, man. Make it, put the feather in it, change the color, put that ribbon in it. $100, $20 hat. But
How,
since it's a hobby, I'm not banging people in the head like $200, $300. I can recreate a whole hat.
when was the first hat you recreated?
And I had been like 25 years ago, man. I was hanging out and I had to change the hat. I had a new outfit. So I painted that, spray painted the pat, threw a feather on it. That was it. And then after that, I started doing it. But then I learned that you gotta use certain type of paint. You gotta use fabric paint. You gotta use certain type of things, that show everything. I learned how to take it to the next level professionally. How to do
Gotcha.
that. I got everything I need. The steamer, the steam that, all of that. So they have a hand sewing machine. I do it all, man. It's called Macadocious Crowns. You know what I'm
Macadocious
saying, man?
crowns. We
No,
we
I
we
won't lie. I mean, you can go on Instagram, Children's Champ, and see my hats. You know what I'm saying? Or Facebook, Rob Garris. But I don't really want to market it as a business. Like, if somebody want one, they hit me up, I'll send it to them.
we
It's,
have everything in the bio and the link on how they can contact you and definitely support you.
for women too.
Definitely,
Women and
definitely.
men.
Didn't know that. Definitely, men and women. Hey, Robs, recreate. Let's go back. First day you went to the boxing gym. What happened?
That story crazy, man. I was training for a street fight, and I brought a book.
Wait.
I think it's
A
like
street fight, not a real fight. A street fight.
that. I'm a street fight.
Okay.
This one dude tried to steal my bikes, and I knew I had to face this kid every day. So I went and brought me a book. I sent away for how to teach you how to box. Book had been like two and some change, man. I brought the book. I went in the basement. I took one of my mother's pillowcases, put a bed, put sand in it. I'm punching it. I got bricks and stuff, making like weights and stuff. And my man Victor Bassador, man, rest in peace, had the album, the Rocky album.
Yes.
And had a record player. I'm playing that joint every day, working out. I took my sister's sweatsuit for the joint. You know what I'm saying, man? The gray sweatsuit. I'm playing Rocky, working out. My neighbor, Mr. Johnson, was like, "Hey, Tommy, you just think keep playing that fucking music all the time, man. Why you gotta keep playing that shit all the time?" So he tells my father about a gym up in White Plains. I go up there. Guess who I meet? Carl the Truth Williams, and it was a couple other contender fighters. I forgot their names, but Carl was one of the guys that was fighting there.
Oh, Carl was nice. Carl had one of the baddest
Carl the Truth
jabs in the
Williams.
business.
Yeah. He taught me my jab. And I used to always watch him. My trainer, Santa Feta, and Tyson's trainer, with Customado, they knew each other. Those Italians know each other. So when they didn't have the tournaments like the Golden Glory, Empire State Games, they either come down to our gym and spar us, or we go up there and spar them, because the Catskills, the White Plains is like, 30 minutes away from me. So, everything is close. Like, me and Tyson met each other young because he's a year behind me. So I used to watch him spar Carl all the time. You know what I'm saying? Carl used to look the best of him. So, but Carl was older than him. So, that's when I started boxing. My first fight, I had to fight a teammate. It was like one of those boxer shows, like like those they call them smokers.
Yes.
So they didn't have enough fighters. So I had to fight a dude who was bigger than me, a white boy. Man, he beat the brakes off me, man. He had me against the room, pounding me. And I heard some girls in the audience scream. I'm looking at the audience, what y'all screaming about? They said, he's killing you. That shit was crazy. Yo, a few years later, I had that boy's number, man. Everybody who used to beat me up in the gym, I learned how to fight them. Years later. And then, I started boxing from there. I was like 13. I got injured. I was 19, and they had the Olympics coming up for 84. You couldn't tell me I was gonna make the Olympics. I was nowhere near making the Olympics. I wasn't even a top fighter like that. But I had a good record. I was 63-3. I ripped the artery in my nose, and I had to stop boxing. So at that time, my mother said, "You gotta go to summer school." I didn't want to go to summer school because I was telling everybody all year, I'm gonna be the champ. I'm going to the Olympics. I don't need school. And how will it look me going to summer school? So I ended up dropping out. My mom said, "Well, you gotta leave." She kicked me out. You know what I'm saying, man? Kicked me out. I stayed in a little abandoned building for a little while. It was a little cool out spot we used to all hang out in. It was an abandoned building. I'm in there, get a little, fire to stay warm. The blanket kept on fire. Burnt up all my stuff.
Wow.
9 years later, I have a barbershop downstairs from that. In that same building, the same building that I stayed in, I ended up opening up a barbershop 9 years later after I came off tour. Crazy.
Wow. God
And I never really
linked
told
everything
nobody the
together.
story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I used to hang out in there as kids, you know. And, you know, I said, well, shit, I might as well stay there since my mom put me out. Never thought that I would have a business downstairs. You know what I'm saying? I ended up buying a building years later. I ended up buying a building. When I had the shop, I had my shop there for like 20 years. I ended up buying a building. But it's crazy how a place I almost died from smoke. You know what I'm saying? Because it got smoky from the fire.
Yes.
Man.
Was that
is something.
same building we came to that
Yep.
you was at? I remember.
Same building. Same building. I own that building now. I sold it a couple of years ago, but yeah, that's something, man. I tell you, man. Our life is, man.
So how did you everything together from being a foster child to become an entrepreneur early in life?
I never looked at that entrepreneur thing. Everything was about surviving.
Gotcha.
What it was, I always was cutting my own hair because I didn't have money to go to the barber shop. Then I started cutting my brother's hair, then my father's hair, then my mother's hair, my sister's hair.
Mhm.
So I started cutting people in the neighborhood. So once you start cutting in the neighborhood, you cutting your boy's hair, then you get real popular. So I'm walking around with a knapsack and 2 clippers and like maybe 100 feet of extension cord. Everywhere I can find power, I was hooking it up. And that's how I became a barber. I was cutting everybody's hair. So most of the cats that I knew, you do what you do, you know. And then I started working in a barber shop, and then I started cutting celebrities here. You know, everybody was like local. You know, CO Smooth, Pete, Brand New. I mean, we all knew each other before they were stars. So you know, I'm cutting their hair. That's right. My childhood friend, he was Slick Rick's DJ. So that's how I got hooked up with Slick Rick and Def Jam and everybody. So, but that wasn't a big thing to me. I just looked at cutting hair was a survival. You just, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna sell drugs. I don't get high, so that ain't what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So, cutting hair was my thing, man. That's how I survived. So it just went from one level to another. What happened was I got hooked up with the tour. My man got in a little beef. The beef came to the barber shop. I fought this kid in the shop. I lose the job at the shop. I'm off in the street. Dude roll up on me with a wrench trying to hit me in the head with 2 other cats. I pull out 380 trying to shoot him. I'm chasing these guys in broad daylight. I run to the studio, that's right, studio, breaking all of his attention. And he's like, yo, man, you got to get out of town, man. You can't stay here. So I end up getting a job with this group called Ritz. Greg Knights from Nights to Smooths. They actually was doing the choreographer for the group Ritz. They shot the movie Leon Me. And they hired me as a barber, and I already had the, status of 10, Brand Nubian, Slick Ricks. You know, with that status, that got me on the road easy, you know. So different labels was hiring me. I did that for like 2 years on the road, and I came home and opened up Macadocious. So, you know, it was never a goal like that. Listen, I tell people, that was not a goal, that was not a dream. I had 2 things that was in my dream. It was to meet my mother and take care of her and my brother. That's the only thing I knew. I had a brother and my mother, and become heavyweight champion of the world, which I ain't never became a heavyweight. I'm just 175, a light heavyweight. I settled for that. But
Right.
those are my own 2 dreams. But cutting hair, that was never a dream. That was never a dream. I'm not an entrepreneur. I just know how to take care of business. You know what I'm saying, man? I just know how to survive. They put 2 kids through college, so they've been good to me. Brought me a home, you know, so they've been good to me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't look at myself as an entrepreneur and all that stuff, man. You know, it's just how I survive, man. My dream was to be the camp. Now, when I came back in 2007, my first charity fight I did, I fought this dude who was an Empire State champion, young kid. I beat him. My man who passed away, his mother came to see me fight. She said, "You're the Tizz's champ." And that's when that name came, the Tizz's champ. So technically, if I can use that word, I would rather be the Tizz's champ than the world champ, because I can identify with kids in the system and being their champ. The world champ is cool. There's a lot of people can be the world champ. Not a lot of people, but a lot of people was world champ. But ain't nobody can be the Tizz's champ.
No.
And that fit me just right. So I guess that's what God wanted me to do. He's a Tizz's champ. So that's what I've been. So we get ready to do this tour come fall. We're gonna go to different countries, do 4-round fights, and bless the kids, because every time I have a match, I take kids shopping. So I take kids shopping. After every match, I take the kids, foster kids, full-grown kids, let them buy whatever they want in the mall. That my whole purse goes to that. So we want to do that in other countries. We got some hooked up to go to Colombia, Barbados, Mexico. I want to try to do something in Cuba, and I want to try to do something in Panama. But that's the plan. That's my plan, man. That's my goals. At 59, there's some 4-rounders, and like I said, bless the kids. And the tour is called "Beat the Bullies and Bless the Kids." I don't want to call no fighter a bum because it takes a lot of heart to get in that ring. Even if your record is 2-10. I respect every fighter that risks his neck to get in that ring, man. Nobody's a bum getting in the ring. You got heart. You're a warrior. Everybody. That gets in the ring more than one time is a warrior. Because it takes a lot of heart to get in that ring. And everybody ain't getting millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? But they still get in that ring. So
the ones that get the millions of dollars out, I tell people, you want to be that 1% making the 99% of the money. You don't want to be that 99% making the 1% of the money.
But I never did it for the money.
Exactly.
That was never, when I was a kid, and I used to remember that commercial, 50 Cent, you could feed a kid in Africa?
Yeah.
I used to see that commercial all the time, right? And I used to take all the change that I find now, nickels, dimes, try to get at least 50 cents. And I used to mail it. I used to mail the change in an envelope. I used to mail it to feed the children. So my thing was, I'm watching boxing with my uncle and my father, and they was talking about Ali and Frazier. And I'll never forget, I'm underneath the table with my G.I. Joes fighting. And I'll never forget, I don't know which one said it, was my father or my uncle. They said, well, Ali be helping people in Africa. He be helping people. I said, I want to do that. So that's where the idea came to box. So my thing was, if I can feed a kid for 50 cents, maybe I can make a few $1,000. I can feed a whole village. That was my thinking at that time.
Right.
So I started boxing, man. I never knew it was poor people in America. I thought it was just poor people in Africa, because that's what you see on TV. So I got into boxing. That was it. And then when I knew it was real, before I had my first amateur fight, I was sparring this pro, and he was teaching me some stuff. And it was a cop that was in the jail. The cop said to me in the locker room, he said, if you make some money, what you gonna do with it? I said, I'm gonna feed people, I'm gonna feed the poor. So he's looking at me like, yeah, okay. Everybody else talking about buying houses and cars, but I'm a kid. So I get in the ring, I'm getting pounded by this dude named Gil McCoy. Never forget that, man. He had me in the corner. So the cop comes over to the corner and says, you gotta get out that corner, man. You're gonna help those kids. He's gotta fight out of that corner. Now, I fought like a maniac to get out that corner. Now, think about it. If you really remember what you said, you wouldn't have felt what he said. Like I'm getting pounded in the corner. I would have been like, I ain't helping nobody. I need help. But the thought of I still what I wanted to do for those kids made me fight hard. And that's when I knew what my call was. So the whole time I fought, it was never about money for me. You know what I'm saying, man? I never been poor. You know what I'm saying, man? The family I was with, they had money, and I worked. I always worked. So, every dime I ever made in the ring always went to charity, man. We to help kids, man. So
Rob, if you could tell a younger Rob Garris words of advice right now from older to younger, what would it be?
Don't give up on yourself, And I had plenty of chances to give up, man. I had God take me to heaven, man. He was like looking at me like, I got plans for you. And look at where I'm at today. I'm in my house. It's one of 3 houses.
Okay. Well,
yeah, but
you heard it. You heard
don't
it
give
live
up on yourself, man.
Yeah. You heard it live from the children's champ himself, my brother Rob Garris from Money Earning Mount Vernon. His brother, he's very meek and mild when it comes to his things he's done, and I understand that. But if you ever meet him or in his presence, he's that way. He's that way. He does a lot for the community. He does a lot for people. And I just want to tell you that I witnessed it. I witnessed the people that you bust into the pavilions when you went and fight. when you went and
They all
fought?
came to see me get beat up. Get
No,
knocked
no,
out.
no, 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 no.
I didn't get
You
beat up. I didn't get beat up. I got knocked
no.
fuck out. Shit. But I came back and knocked him out 3 years later. But I had a
Well,
choice. I had a choice that night, man. I'm gonna tell you something. My shoulder was messed up. Everything was going bad. I had my pick my afro. I ain't got my hair now, but everything was going bad. But God spoke to me 2 weeks before the fight. He said, "It ain't about you, man. It's about what you represent." So I knew things wasn't gonna go right. You know what I'm saying? When my corner man said, "Yo, man, just sit it out, man. Yo, don't answer the bell." I said, "Man, I gotta go out of my shield, man, because as a kid, I ran from everything. I'm too old to be running there. I gotta fight to the end." And I fought to the end. I fought to the end until he put me down, and I thought I won the fight. When I woke up, I'm getting ready to get up on the rope, like King Ray, and do this. My trainer said, "Yo, man, you got knocked out." Like, what are you talking about? I don't remember that. I don't remember none of that.
yeah.
The crazy thing is, I had to go to NYU to do an MRI because of my age. I get there, they do the MRI, and they gave me a copy. They said, "There's no sign that you ever got knocked out. The commission cannot say you can't fight again." There was no sign that I still got that MRI to this day. There was no sign that I ever got knocked. I got knocked out. First
Hmm.
time in 81 fights. But there was no sign, no trauma on that disc. So, you know, hopefully I can fight again in New York. You know, at Madison Square Garden. That's my goal and dream, you know, to fight there. But it's gonna happen. I gotta just do this little tour around the world, you know, and then I think I got enough connections now that I can get a fight in the garden. I don't want the Mecca. I don't not the Mecca. I don't want Barkley. I don't want Vegas. You know, I want Madison Square Gardens. You know, all the
That's
greats.
respect.
You know, just give me 4 rounds. I don't care if I'm the first fight before people get in the parking lot. I don't care. So I can say I fought there. You know,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it.
Well,
But,
brother,
no,
I appreciate the time. Thank you for
I appreciate you having me.
for allowing us to speak with you about your organizations, your documentary, the things that's been going on. I do want to ask you this though. Do you have anybody you would like to shout out? Shout out any sponsors, anybody in specific?
I just want everybody to just don't give up on yourself, don't give up on your dream, and trust God. That's all I have to say. Trust God. I'm here still. I'm here still because I trust God. That's one greatest thing that happened to me is the family I was raised with, regardless of what they was in there. They were spiritual people, man. You know, that's all I can tell a person, man. Just don't give up on yourself and trust God, man. You know, as far as how everybody gonna see you or think you can do what you can't do, man, I went against all the odds and beat them. You know, so I'll pass the physical again. I'm getting in that ring. You know, if I'm gonna go out, let me go out a fighter because I came in the world running from everything, scared of everything. I'm gonna go out a fighter. That's it. I'll fight.
Well, you heard this live with Coach Stokes. Hey, what makes a champion? The foods you eat, the times you sleep, the friends you keep, the knowledge you seek, and the words you speak. I'm Coach
That's right.
Stokes,
Milk talk.
and we out.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.